What is going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing a oil change in my 2009 Corolla. This is going to be pretty much the same thing from 2009 all the way up to I think 2018. They all have the 1.8 liter engine. So today I'll be showing you guys how to replace the oil and the oil filter on this engine. It's very simple. So probably if you're fairly handy and mechanically inclined, you should probably get this done in about 15-20 minutes. That's with jacking the car up, putting jack stands, getting under it, letting the oil drain for like 5 minutes. So as you can see, I'm going to be using OW20. The engine also says you can use 5W22, but I'm just going to use OW20. It's the same thing I run in my 2016 Camry, so I just buy the same stuff. And then I got a genuine OEM filter from Toyota. That's your preference. I mean, I've used several different ones like K&N and Wix and all those other people, so but I just go whatever one's pretty much the cheapest. That's usually what I go with. So this time the Toyota one was the cheapest. So alright, let's get started. And hey guys, before we get this video started, don't forget hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn your post notifications on, so that way you guys can get more content just like this. So when you're going to jack this up, right underneath the bumper, right in the middle, you'll see there's a tow hitch, and then your jacking point's gonna be right behind that, and that'll be able to lift up the two front tires, and then we can put jack stands on the left and right side of the car. So just wanted to show that to you guys. So if you don't know where the jacking point is on the What I forgot to mention too, when you're gonna jack this up, make sure you put some wood behind the rear wheels, or whatever, wood chocks or whatever, so that way, just in case your car rolls back. But also put the e-brake up. Then grab your jack stands. Alright, and then I just want to talk about the things you're going to need to do this oil change. Toyota has special cartridge filters, so you're going to need a special oil wrench filter for this car, because they are slightly different per the engine. So, but you'll probably just need to get one 1.8 liter. And this one from Motive Tools. I'll put a link in the description for this. I ordered it off of Amazon. And then you're gonna need a 14 millimeter. You don't need a socket. You could just use a wrench, but 14 millimeter socket makes it a little easier, especially when you're gonna use it for the oil wrench. And then obviously you're gonna need a floor jack, some jack stands, and you could use ramps, but with my car, I've lowered it on coilovers, so ramps for any of my cars really don't do anything, because they tend to hit the front bumper on the ramp before I can go up. And you could just stack some wood if you wanted to, but it's a lot easier for me to just jack it up and put jack stands under. So yeah, so you're just gonna need a few tools, and then your oil and your oil filter. So I'm gonna show you where the drain plug is for the oil. But first we'll go up to the top of the engine, open up the oil cap, and then go down. So right here, all you gotta do is just twist it. Should be on there, just hand tight. Take it off. Put it somewhere where you won't lose it. And then now we'll go underneath the car. All right, and I forgot to mention too, you're probably gonna just need a funnel. You don't need a funnel, but it's gonna make it a lot easier to pour the new oil in. And then you're gonna need something to drain your old oil into. So, and again, I'll put a link to all this stuff in the description, so that way, if this is your first time, you'll be able to order it right away and get everything you need. So that way on your next oil change, it'll be super simple. Alright, so we're gonna go find the drain bolt for the oil, which it's gonna be on the passenger side. It's pretty close to the front. This is your oil pan, and then you're gonna have your drain plug right here, which is a 14 millimeter. And then right next to that, up here, it's sideways. Your oil filter is going to be sideways, so your drain plug's right here, and then your oil filter is going to be right here. So they're pretty close together. All right, so I cracked the bolt loose. When you're doing this, get ready for this to fall right into the pan. You might want to kind of predict that it's going to go a lot farther, and it tends to splash. So just push it in while you're unscrewing it, and then get ready to pull the plug as fast as you can when you know it's there. Alright, that came out pretty good. And like I said, get ready to just slowly pull your drain pan in, because this flow is going to get shorter and shorter. So you don't want to miss it, otherwise you'll make a big ass mess. And usually I'd let this drain for about, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, depending on how much you're in a rush. Alright, and while we let the oil drain, something you don't need to, I mean, you should replace it, but if you don't have them, I mean, you're fine with like another oil changer. So just make sure there's a washer that goes on the bolt. Sometimes it might stick to the oil pan, so if you don't see a washer, double check it on your oil pan. But you should replace that. You should replace this every time. I bought a 10 pack of these from, I believe I bought them from Amazon. I'll see if I can find a link for them. I'll put them in the description. So then just all you gotta do is just get rid of the old one, then take a fresh new one. Give your bolt a good wipe, get rid of any oil on it. And then just take the washer and just put a new one on there. So that way now we'll be ready when the oil stops dripping. Alright, so I've been letting this drain for about 3 minutes. It's pretty much almost done. I'm gonna take my new bolt and start threading it in there. And give it a good tighten. And again, this shouldn't be super tight. Just tight enough to get that washer to compress a little bit. Alright, now we got that all drained up. Now we're going to do the oil filter. And usually you can just crack it open, let most of the oil drain out, so that we don't make a big mess. Alright, now we got the oil filter out. This is kind of just pressed in there a little bit. You can take this old one out. And then this is what it's going to look like on the inside. And here's what the old filter looks like. Now we'll get the new filter. And these new filters come with an O-ring, because there's going to be an O-ring around here. Alright, now we'll take this old O-ring off. By hooking it with, like, I got a pick, but if you have like a screwdriver or something, that'll probably work too. Alright, now we're gonna put the oil filter back on. Now you can see where it goes a lot easier, because I had the drain pan in the way. But kind of give it a little wipe down inside. Make sure nothing got in there. Then we'll take this and just make sure you start this by hand, because this is made out of plastic. Alright, and this doesn't need to be that tight. Alright. Alright, now we're ready to fill it up with oil. And this car takes about 4.5 quarts. Something I like to do too is just lay a rag down, just in case you spill a little oil. Alright, when you're done, like I said, I put about 4.5 quarts. I mean, you can see the side of here. This is a 5-quart thing, so 4.5 quarts should be pretty close to there. Now, we'll put the car back down and then reset the check engine light and also double check the oil level. Alright, so now we'll come in the car. We're going to reset my maintenance light. That's on here. I'll show you guys how to do that real quick. What you want to do first is push this trip button until you get to trip A, which right there, trip A, and then we'll turn the car on. Now it's going to be kind of hard to do with one hand. So now we'll push the button and turn the car to the on position at the same time. So we'll push it, turn it on, and then you'll see it blinking. Once that goes away, it'll flash 0. Alright, now the light is gone. We're going to check the level of the oil. Pull out your dipstick, give it a wipe, so that way we can dip it back in. Kind of hard to see, but looks like my oil level is right here. I mean, high and low. Alright, well, that is how you do an oil change on a 2009 Corolla with the 1.8 liter. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the post notifications, turn those on, and I'll see you guys next time.